boy's best friend is his mother.
Perhaps you had better start from the beginning. Perhaps you had better start from the beginning.
Yeah, got a rare edition number 7 coming at you. And yeah, it's number 7. Yeah, it's number 7. Getting to the end of these bad boys. I got a VHS for this one. The cover for this edition is pretty iconic now. And let's just get into it. Evil Dead 2 VHS. This is already 15 years since I bought this in 1998. Actually, it feels even longer because of how long VHS has gone out, but they're coming back in. And, yeah. This is a pretty, I'd say, rare edition. Collector's edition of this when it was on VHS. Evil Dead 2. That cover right there is was bringing back a pretty good memory from the video store back in the day when it came out. It came out to the theaters in 1987, but it didn't come out till the next year. Maybe a couple years to VHS for rental. Maybe around 89 or 90. Because it took a while for movies to get out on VHS. I remember back then. A couple years. At least. So, but I just remember the whole point of that is I remember them putting the poster up in the video store I used to go to of that. Like a horror movie poster out in the open. Like I remember just seeing it and like, oh shit, should I get that? Should I get that? It looks crazy. The cover looks crazy. But I was pretty young and I was like, oh shit, that might be too crazy for me. Seeing that skull on the picture like that. Little did I know. I know. I was whatever. And just hearing people looking at the poster and saying, oh, that's so bad. That's disgusting. And they were telling the guy he shouldn't have that poster up there, and that's what's wrong with you. They would say that to the guy, and I'd be laughing, and then hearing that a few times when I'd go to that video store, I was like, yeah, all these people are saying that, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. And I actually saw Evil Dead 2 before 1. So once I watched Evil Dead Part 2, I remember going back and going through the horror section, as always. Straight to the horror section back then. Know what I'm saying? I bet you a lot of you remember that. Getting into the video store, that's my saying on my page, I think. Get to the video store, straight to the horror section. And then I remember, of course, after this, seeing Evil Dead and renting that. And then, of course, a couple of years later, Army of Darkness came out, and the rest is history. But this is a great edition. This was a great edition. It's obviously outdated VHS, but it's on the side too. There's the back. So, of course, directed by Sam Raimi. We know that. That's the obvious. Came out 1987. This edition of it was released in 1998 by Anchor Bay. Of course, starring Bruce Campbell, the mighty Bruce Campbell and his chin. We got Sarah Berry, Dan Hicks. Those are there was like four other people that came to the cabin, and yeah, that's yeah. This was an edition by Anchor Bay, but look at that. Video Treasures. Remember that? That's funny. I was just looking at. I remember seeing that on a few horror movies VHS before they would start. When you put the movie in, Video Treasures would come up. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the ones I was watching. But let's get in there. Evil Dead 2, not rewound. Son of a bitch. It's not rewound. Special edition. There's good old VHS. It's not breathing like Videodrome. Slide it into my stomach. No. And yeah, there you go. And there's the full cover. But I remember on these Anchor Bay editions, you'd pull it out and there'd be stuff on the back. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the picture behind all the deer knuckleheads. Look at the first deer knuckleheads. Must be talking to me. Actually, that would be douchebag. I'm sorry. So Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn VHS from 1998. I'd say that's pretty rare. Oh, yeah, the other side there. So there's the classic scene, of course, where he cuts off his hand, and that's, oh yeah, the guy cut into pieces there. A lot of people thought that Evil Dead 2 was kind of an update of Evil Dead 1 because of how low budget the first one was. And it was kind of up to a point where they went through the cabin. I guess you could look at it that way, but they were both a lot different too. Yeah. So what else do I got here for what do I usually do? Oh yeah, favorite scene. Favorite scene? It's gotta be that. What I just said there. I just showed you the hand cutting. Just that whole sequence. It's not just one scene. It went for a little bit, obviously. The evil got into his hand, and of course, if you haven't seen Evil Dead and you're a horror fan, really. So it's obviously not a spoiler. Let's put it that way. So he gets a chainsaw through the hand. Of course, the old he's fighting his own hand. First of all, it gets in there and he's fighting his own hand. Total chaos. Bruce Campbell did that so awesome. It looked like it was actually happening, like it was his hand. I thought they did special effects for that scene, but they were literally saying Bruce Campbell did that. Because it looked like his hand was going all fucking nuts and shit. Like with special effects, but... And then cuts it off. Of course, the hand gets a mind of its own and gives him the finger, and that's gotta be the best part. It's Evil Dead 2. There's so many great scenes. The whole movie's unbelievable. And that is it for Rare Edition number 7. Evil Dead 2 VHS from Anchor Bay, 1998. Rock you later.
It's over! Time to get shit